what time it is? You know what time it is? You know what time it is? You know what time it's time for Straight Shoot. Hey, look, the clip full and we shooting it straight. Everybody tuned in, can't wait to 8. Break fast, this podcast is one for the books. If you think the verse clean, watch out for the hook. Freeze, I heard Keys gon' spark that tip. With Lean and Frank G, you know they talk that shit. John Q and Dre know exactly what to say. The code is backcourt since Steph and Clay. Straight Shoot. Subscribe, like, and share. We on every platform. I promise we everywhere. Straight Shoot. We straight shoot. We straight shoot. We straight shooting.
What up,
Yo.
What up?
Yeah, welcome back to the Str8 Shoot'N podcast, the #1 podcast in the city of Detroit.
Yo.
I am DR motherfucking E.
John Q in this bitch. What up, though?
Frank G.
It's your girl Keys and my Lena.
And this is executive, the white hair.
There you go. See, look,
you just heard from my guest.
There you go. You know what I'm saying? Special guest today is the white hair.
Yes.
Humanitarian and political consultant.
Yep. And we're going to hop into the interview with him in a little bit. But before we get started, y'all know how we do each and every Tuesday. How was y'all weekend?
Bam!
Ladies
first. And we come on around. You know how we do.
Fine. I just feel like my weekend goes by fast, honestly. So, like, this past Saturday I did work, so that was probably part of it. And by the time I got to work, I just feel like everything was back to back, but it wasn't, I can't say a whole lot of anything. So, I'm an outside person. Anything outside,
right.
Taking walks, I'm stretching, I'm doing whatever. So, that's important to me, just to be outside. It's Michigan. So,
yeah.
All right. What about you, Keys?
Well, my weekend pretty much
No, she.
I felt like you was far away too.
She was.
I felt why she was.
She listen. She far away more than one ways than one.
Over the rainbow.
This is why you don't tell people and you don't share your shit.
Not trying to make it like I'm high and I'm not.
Oh shit.
So no, my weekend.
Might want to get a little.
Cause you want to stop. I'm trying.
All right, go ahead.
My weekend consisted of really much just getting ready for the movie premiere, Absence of Innocence. Shout out to KC.
Shout out KC.
They did a really, really good job.
Yeah.
On that movie, but shout out to Str8 Shoot'N because we did our thing in there.
We did.
Yeah, for sure.
We did do our thing.
That was definitely the highlight.
Yeah, Lovely Lena and I, we were looking really, really fantastic.
Yeah, y'all was on fire.
Yeah, y'all held it down and shit. You know what I'm saying? Y'all represented.
Right.
Ain't no podcast pull up the way we pulled up as far as how we was dressed. You know, we was dressed like we was
always sophisticated. Always sophisticated.
Yeah.
So shout out to us. Shout out to y'all.
Shout out, y'all. Hey, appreciate y'all doing y'all thing. You know what I'm saying? Y'all coming down with the microphones and everything.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that was pretty much the highlight of my weekend, kind of just getting ready for that. And then Saturday, I had like a really, really good cleaning day. Okay. You know, like one of those cleaning days where you like doing the walls, doing the outside windows, the inside windows. Crevices. And then when you get done, it's such a great feeling.
Wait, hold on. You gotta burn that candle.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
You gotta burn that
Mine, candles that I burn.
They said they don't know because they don't do that. But
don't know what.
Strawberry shortcake.
I said burn that candle. Y'all was like,
shit, no, I clean. Look, I burn candles down there every night.
Yeah.
Okay.
I did strawberry
meditating, all kind of crazy shit. Okay. Y'all be probably thinking shit. I'm fucking retarded.
So yeah, I burned my
y'all
candles.
think I'm probably especially touched in the head. I'm sorry.
Right.
So I burned my candles, and it was strawberry shortcake. And that's how I had my. Oh, it smells so good. The kids were pissed, you know.
Why they didn't want to smell it?
No, I took up their whole day cleaning. I get y'all all week to get it together. Right. Y'all want to wait till Saturday? Then fuck it, we in this bitch.
Yeah. All right.
So yeah, they were pissed.
Shout out to Cherie Tunstall. She said, "What up, though? What up, though?"
What up, though, Sheree?
All right.
What up?
Overall, that was my weekend. So,
Okay.
How about you, Frank?
And Frank ain't do shit.
No skating?
Man,
ain't
hey,
do shit.
not how you was just holding that microphone stand, dog. You did something.
Here's what happened.
Yeah.
I called myself, and I said it last Tuesday. I'm going to see Anita Baker. All right?
You didn't go?
No.
Damn.
Man, you was supposed to be there with us.
Tickets
Yeah.
$500 a pop. So
Oh, yeah.
after the fees, it came up to $1,300.
Oh wait, who was you taking? Because that sound like two. That don't
So
sound like one.
it is 2 tickets, right?
okay.
It came up to $1,300, but
God damn.
I just like
Hell no. I
I
ain't paying
Yeah,
that.
them
regret it.
tickets was high.
Give me
as
that
fuck.
$1,300 and I'll make you a dog ass CD. Hey,
Again.
hey,
I
look,
said, I
and
thought
get-
you knew the ticket.
hey.
I thought you would have been
We
perfect.
talked about that,
All right.
yeah, because you said how Anita Baker gonna
Well, I
have
knew they
tickets
was
that
high, but I
highest
thought they
ticket.
was gonna drop. Apparently, they didn't drop.
If anything, they would have
Went
went up.
up.
So they
yeah,
did
yeah.
go
hell
up.
no.
So after that, I regretted not getting them. But if I would have got them, I would have regretted getting them.
Oh
You
shit.
know what I'm saying? So it's a catch-22 in
Yeah.
that situation. So after that, I went to somebody's birthday party. My son's mom's mother actually invited me to her birthday party,
Oh, okay. All right.
which I was shocked because
right.
we hadn't been on good terms
Oh, so that's why you was grabbing that microphone stand.
for a while.
You-
Look,
We just wanted. Here, I'm gonna say what needs to be
This
said.
one invite
We
me,
just
bitch.
want to know why you, like, what's going on today. That's all we want to know. Cause like, you out here fishing, and I ain't fishing.
Hey, it might just be one of them days. Yeah,
Right.
we all get one of them days.
Oh yeah, no for sure. You know,
Did
we
y'all
gotta
just
fuck-
see what
you know
Q
we
did,
gotta be
though?
fucking.
Okay.
We know we gotta be fucking with you, Frank.
All right.
Do it one more time. Like, show, put the camera on Q. And do
Oh no,
it.
hey, look.
here's what it is.
Hey,
My dog had puppies today.
Oh damn.
Okay, here's the situation. Because I let his mom keep my dog.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Now it's gonna be a battle because, well, you ain't gave me no child support, but that's my dog.
man.
You could sell these
know,
puppies
Bobby.
for
Yeah.
$1,500 a pop.
What kind of dog is it?
It's like what do they call it? Like a designer breed, like a
Presbyterian or
Pomsky.
something?
Oh,
Pomsky.
Okay.
They're all white with blue eyes.
Yeah.
How long has she had the dog?
She's only had them for a couple months. You know, because I live in an apartment, so it's,
Right.
she got a yard.
Okay.
You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
That's her
So
dog.
she wouldn't have told me.
He said that's her dog.
Right.
That's your
how
mama
she,
dog.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? My son spit it out. Because I called him. I'm like, when you coming back? Dad, the dog had puppies
Oh,
today.
so she didn't even tell you
She
the
didn't
dog.
even tell me. Then she gonna call and like, what up? I'm like, what's up? Yeah, your fat ass dog had puppies. I'm like, you didn't know the dog was pregnant?
She
You
didn't
couldn't
know?
tell? Like the nipples were hanging down. So I'm like, okay, are we gonna battle over this shit? Is that what's gonna happen?
Shit, depending on what she had puppies by though, might not be worth that
Ain't no
much.
living seal shit.
Well, the
Yeah.
dog ain't been out, so the only dog she could have had puppies by is right. We got a boy dog and a girl dog.
Oh,
Same.
okay,
I got
okay,
you.
okay.
I got you.
You know what I'm saying? So, but both dogs got out one time. So they both escaped. So I don't know if she was out hoeing before they found her. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
Like
yeah.
She got a taste of freedom, huh?
Right, she got a
Why?
taste of freedom.
Why?
So
I'm talking about why did.
Uh-oh. Oh, shit.
That chick kicking in on you too.
No, I'm laughing at this comment. Why did addicted to balling just say not your thought ass dog had puppies?
Man. Hey.
He said.
Right.
That's what she said,
That's
'cause-
what's up. That's hilarious.
when the dogs got out, she called me all nonchalant. Well, the dog's gone. You ain't gonna go look for these. I paid $1,500 for these dogs.
Shit.
Right. Hell yeah. That's
Right.
bread.
So she found one dog, somebody else found the other dog, and the dog pound called her and said, you got to bail her out like she was in jail, $150.
Man.
Damn.
So anything could have happened, so
Yeah.
we don't know because
Right.
the puppies were just
Got
busy.
I got it. I see.
Look how when their eyes
You know.
started to open up.
Huh?
Right.
They started looking funny.
Yeah,
Right.
so we'll see. So that's really like, really, are you gonna pull that shit now for real?
Oh, I get you, man. You know what I'm saying? I understand why you was grabbing that motherfucker real.
No, that's what I'm about to ask you.
Yep.
So
Yeah, y'all gotta put the camera on Q when he do that. You gotta put the camera on him and look what he doing when he do
Man.
that.
And I ain't gonna lie, the dog I got, she's like a dumb fucking blonde. Like she's a gorgeous dog. And when I went back, I bought my son a dog, and then I saw her, and I'm like, I'm coming back for that dog.
Right.
And the lady was like, "Are you serious?" I'm like, I gave her $700. Hold the dog. So I came back, brought the rest of the money.
Okay.
Now this dog is like having a gorgeous girlfriend with no fucking brain.
Wow.
That's how this dog is.
Damn.
Like nice house, nobody home.
Damn.
I'm like, my dog is dumb as fuck.
Yeah. As bro
So
was
it's-
saying shit, sometimes it happens.
Yeah, you know, like no telling, like so. Yeah, yeah. That's. She's like, well, you know, you like dumb bitches.
You should have came back like, you mean you?
Yeah.
Then you
That's
really would have
the
been.
flash,
Y'all
yeah.
really would have. He would have really been choking the shit out of this motherfucker, throwing the mic across the table and shit.
She said, you really like bitches that give you problems, and I said that includes you. So I did say that. So yeah.
Q, how was your weekend?
So my weekend wasn't bad. Besides, say the movie premiere, not too much, man. I did do like some more music and stuff in the studio and stuff like that. And what else I do? Watch some TV, man. And just chilled out, man. That was pretty much about it. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't do nothing too much, but about that, you know what I'm saying? What about you, Dre?
Well, Friday, like you said, we went to the premiere. That was cool, man. It was a decent movie. I like it. It was a good twist. On
Yeah,
it.
well, I was just about to say that was
a good
a hell of a
twist on
twist
it
at the end and
so.
shit. So I'm quite sure they're gonna do a part 2.
Yeah, and then shout out to Lonnie, our podcast.
Shout out to Lonnie.
family. She did a hell of a job
Yeah.
in that film. She did a
shout
good
out
job.
to
So
Lonnie.
shout out to Lonnie. She had a nice
Hey, I
role.
wasn't
in it.
expecting that. She was up in there getting bang. I was like, damn. Like, she be so quiet around here. Hey, y'all, this, that, and that. Next thing you know, you turn on the shit. She like, ah. I'm like, damn. Okay, that's how you get down, huh? No. But shout out to Lonnie.
Right.
No, that was crazy because the scene was she was crying when he was doing it. I was trying my best not to laugh on that scene.
And then though, but she told me like they did some CGI on it, so
Okay.
she was, it wasn't even looking like that in real life. So
Hey, look,
But,
you remember? Hey, look, you remember that movie or whatever? Somebody had just posted it the other day on like I think Facebook or something. And shit, we was just talking about hey, Joe Blow,
Oh,
the
yeah.
rubber man, you should be paying me,
bitch.
Shit, what money?
What
I get
money?
cut like you all
Dime a
day, dime a
dozen.
dozen. Shit.
But Saturday, I went to my cousin memorial, who passed. So
Condolences.
yeah,
man.
thanks, man. Appreciate it. So we was there, me and my wife. Then Sunday, me and my wife went and axed her out in Westland.
Okay.
And it was cool, man. That was my first time doing it. We did it in Vegas before.
Okay.
But this one was like it was smaller than the lanes in Vegas. I guess maybe because they did strictly axes. Because when we was in Vegas, shit, we did Wakanda spears,
Oh, a whole bunch of other stuff,
fucking ninja stars, all type of shit. So, but it was cool though. You know what I'm saying? It's cool. We was drinking and with a few other people and stuff.
Okay.
But that was just about what my weekend was, man. So
All right. So what about you, Dwight? How was your weekend, man?
Man, I went to Cleveland.
Okay.
I went to Cleveland to a podcast in there about cannabis.
Okay.
And returning citizens, speaking about coming home and adjusting.
Okay.
What I learned is that the adjustment's a little different. The landscape, criminality, sociology applied to our communities. It's just a whole different ideology that they take up when it comes to returning citizens.
Oh, okay.
But in Cleveland, they have hemp.
Okay.
Hemp is legal.
Okay.
And so you have a lot of blacks that own farms there.
Okay.
And those farms have returning citizens programs that's helping in what they call advocating for those that's coming from prison.
Okay.
And one of the other things was that we found that they have an open door to go inside the prisons, the guys that had been to prison.
Oh shit. All right.
And so what they doing is teaching them how to do just this.
Okay.
And so what our Curry brand is doing is possibly we want to see how we can invest in getting all the materials and cameras and stuff they need into the prisons in Cleveland.
Okay.
Per Johnny, executive to Johnny Curry's brand.
Okay.
And so I did that, and I've been canvassing and politicking with Sherry Gaydon Yogo for Congress for the 13th Congressional District for the last 5 months. We have like 7 days left.
Okay.
Sherry is the candidate for the new 13th Congressional District that reaches from Wyoming east all the way to the river, Wyandotte to Grosse Pointe, and the whole east side is included in there. So we're campaigning and trying to give Sherry to 13th Congressional District, and we believe that she is the candidate for us in this new 13th Congressional District.
Okay, all right.
So that's kind of what
your weekend was.
Right.
So you had a lot going on.
Right.
All right.
So we're going to talk about that a little more when we get into the interview. So now we're about to hop into our sponsors. This episode of the Str8 Shoot'N podcast is sponsored by Str8 Fashion. You can find Str8 at 3031 West Grand Boulevard, Suite 180. Come down, check us out if you're into high-end fashion. We got it when men and women come down there and see us. We just added a new collection called Divine Bracelets. If ladies, if y'all into the bracelet scene, these are all custom design, beautiful bracelets. Come down, check them out. We also have the men's bracelets as well. Str8 Fashion. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, and Str8Fashion.com. And we also sponsored by
Gym Animal Muscle Gang Fitness LLC. So if you're looking for the best personal trainer, you're looking for the best workout apparel, you're looking for the best supplements when it comes to health and wellness, definitely give me a shout out at gamg.shop and also gamg.firstfitness.com. And I can also be contacted, or, you can see what I've got going on Instagram and Facebook under Gym Animal Muscle Gang Fitness, all right? We are also sponsored by 8, which is All Problems Eliminated, which is a home repair and home restoration company. So if you're looking to get your kitchen, bathroom, basement remodeled, refinished, if you need any kind of like drywall done, painting done, any kind of plumbing, anything done to your house, you need some stuff moved off your house, give my brother Teron a call at area code 269-448-3508. And then he can also be reached on Instagram under ape.tl. So, check out some of his before and after pictures and give him a holler, you know what I'm saying, if you need some work done. And then we are also sponsored by
Premium Haul Logistics LLC. So if you have a CDL and you've been driving for at least 2 years and you're interested in driving for Premium Haul Logistics, please, you can email me at Amber, AMBERKEYA 85@gmail.com.
All right. And we are also sponsored by
Fresh Ball Spray.
Fresh Ball Spray.
Look, it's a little cool this week, but last week we was sweating for no reasons, but my balls was dry and fresh.
Fresh Ball Spray.
You need Fresh Ball Spray. Don't get caught out there with sweaty balls. And ladies, we didn't forget about you.
We have
Fresh Titty Spray.
Fresh Titty Spray, ladies.
Ladies, you out there wearing skimpy, trying to look cute, but you sweating down your cleavage. Well, we got a cure for that. Big titties, no titties, flat chested. This to take care of all that. Fresh Titty Spray coming in all flavors. Strawberry, mango. I'm not just a spokesperson, I'm a client.
Yep.
New
So in other words, his boss was fresh.
Jalapeno and cheese coming soon.
All right. Right.
So
All right,
now we
y'all.
about to have a shout out of the day.
So look, go ahead, man. Make your announcement, man. We got to get your shout out to the day and shit, Dre.
Oh,
Look, he
right. I didn't know who you was talking to for a minute.
Yeah,
but
man. Come on, man. Hey,
I
look,
want to tell a shout out.
I got another shout out too.
My vodka was just released a couple days ago.
Yay! Shout out to the vodka.
Y'all be on the lookout. Monta Vista Vodka will be in stores.
I hear that.
By next week's show, I can tell y'all the stores that they're in right now.
Congratulations. Oh, we got
Thank
a
you,
phone
thank
call
you.
already?
Following up from Injury Help Desk.
Man, that was somebody on some injury shit.
Somebody was calling 911.
Might have been in shit who Frank
Fucking
had his
scam
hands
likely.
around their neck.
But yeah, so shout out Monta Vista Vodka. Y'all can find
Shout
us
out
on
Monta Vista Vodka,
Instagram,
man.
Facebook.
Congratulations, bro.
Check out, thank you, appreciate it. Thank y'all, thank y'all.
Wow, congratulations on that.
Yeah, man.
Thanks,
Hell
bro. I
yeah.
appreciate it.
Hell yeah. And then I want to shout out us and shit for, like you said, doing a great job
Our theme.
at
Friday.
the movie
Yeah.
premiere for
Yeah.
Absence of Innocence
Yep,
this
yep.
past Friday, y'all. So, just know, hey, we moving on up. So, you know what I'm saying? Y'all gonna be seeing a lot more of us. We ain't going nowhere. So we will be approaching, say, our 1 year anniversary soon. So we definitely got some stuff in the
Yeah,
movie.
yeah.
So,
That 50th episode.
yeah.
It's gonna be nice, y'all. Y'all
Yeah.
better make sure y'all get ready for it.
Oh, yeah.
We're gonna have a few different guests on here. So
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
We should dress up.
Definitely.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
we
saying?
definitely
Hey, we got to do our part. That's all. You know what I'm saying? So, all right, y'all. So, look, we're going to go ahead and get into shooting the shit.
You know what I forgot?
With
Why you let me
keys, huh?
forget?
What?
Before we even proceed, why you let me forget? You was like a sponsor of the week. So before we even cut to that, Robert Courtney and Associates.
We at?
Yeah, I know. We still going back to it. It's
All
not
right, so
okay.
look, my bad. Hey, look, we got another sponsor.
That's why he looked at
Hey,
me
look, my bad.
crazy. I thought I'm like, what?
Man,
don't be
that shit-
taking responsibility for that. That's Lena fault.
But
Sponsor.
look,
we asked
Hey,
you
look, we asked.
twice.
Yeah.
You
I'm
like, I ain't got
I'm
nothing.
taking accountability, as you all heard. Shout out to Robert Courtney and Associates.
Shout out, y'all.
We will
Yeah.
be
We
at
appreciate it.
Del Mar
Appreciate it, appreciate
tonight.
it.
We'll be in the building.
Yep.
In the building.
So if y'all gonna be in Del Mar, y'all see the Straight Shooting podcast in the building.
holla at us.
Come check us out. Come over and speak. Don't be shy.
So,
Yeah.
my bad. Play
You say, play us fuck up.
Yes.
Yeah, you know.
That was some light skin shit. You making us look
Man.
real bad, Lena. You,
Anyway, go on. We're not gonna do Lena like that. One time.
he asked you 3 times. You ain't got nobody. No, not this week. You ain't got nobody.
But listen, just like I have everybody else's back, I expect y'all to do what?
I
Got
got
her
you.
motherfucking back.
Look, I had your back.
Amen.
Y'all
I had
was
your
too
back. I said my
concerned.
bad.
She over there. Okay, who fucked you up? What's wrong with you?
You know what?
What's
That's
her
what
name?
it was.
What's
I
her
was
name?
thrown off because I was afraid
Focusing
for
on
my
Frank.
life.
Because he was choking the mic here.
You was scared.
She didn't want to get choked. That's what she was scared
Hell
to say.
yeah, she was seeing
Don't say the wrong thing. Frank asked about
Hell
across
yeah.
that table like, what the fuck you saying?
Exactly. See, I was afraid for my life. That's why I didn't know.
You know what? I can't do shit around Keys. Keys is like, God, dog. What the heck?
All right, y'all.
He gonna choke you.
All right, y'all.
We about to hop into shoot
shoot
this
the
shit.
You know what I'm saying? What's time to shoot the shit? Straight Shoot podcast.
Shooting this shit. Y'all know we always got a crazy story to tell. And for whatever reason, I don't know what the fuck is going on with these animals in India, but it's making me not want to ever go over there again.
Right.
So we done heard about the monkeys doing a lot of damage to these people, from throwing the dogs off the cliffs to all type of shit, trying to kidnap a baby. But this story is crazy. So basically, a father and his baby was under attack by a bunch of monkeys. And the fucking father dropped the goddamn baby, and they picked the baby up and threw the baby off a cliff.
Damn.
That's
So,
The monkeys baby tossing.
That's
Like,
sad.
what the
Them
fuck?
fucking
but
monkeys.
my thing is, like, that's fucked up. But how the fuck do you drop your baby?
Well, it's like Planet of the Apes kind of shit. Like when monkeys attack, they bite like a motherfucker.
How
Have you
the fuck
seen
do you
that?
No, you talking about though that, but yeah, she
How
talking
do you
about though.
drop
How
your
do you-
baby?
I
As a
would have had to
human, how
just
can
take
you-
that
I would have had
shit.
to take that. I'm not dropping my baby if I'm under attack. Flat the
Yeah.
fuck out. And I was telling Lena, like, my son and I, we got attacked by a bunch of geese. And I had just had a son.
Man.
That was fucked
So you
up.
trying to say geese do the same shit as
I'm
monkeys?
trying to say
Shit,
I
them
didn't,
geese
I
will
didn't
fuck
drop
you
my
up.
damn baby. That's my point.
Hey,
Them
they might
damn
beat your
geese
ass like a
fucking
monkey,
me
but
up, but I
used to
didn't
fuck
drop
you
my
up.
baby.
Yeah.
And I had
Yeah.
staples in my stomach. I didn't drop my baby.
Yeah.
Like, how do you drop your baby? Like,
I agree.
if
You'd
I
have to
was a
rip my
wife, I
arm
would have
off.
to
Yeah.
divorce his ass. Like, get the fuck on.
That's crazy.
That was the first thing she said too.
Look,
I would've been in
if
love
you
with
if you listen to KC, we know you would have just dropped the baby.
Yeah.
Yo, fuck that baby.
Fuck that baby, I'm out of here.
I can have another baby, but I can't have another face like
You
this.
know what I'm saying?
I'm not really
Child Casey, man.
Right.
Shout out to Casey.
Good one, Dre. Good one.
Hey, but you saying that Planet of the Apes shit over there, them motherfucking monkeys
Yeah.
over in India might be on some place. Because
Yeah.
them
don't give a
motherfuckers,
shit.
man,
Yeah.
it's a story about them every week.
It is.
Doing some crazy shit.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't. I mean, not to mention the fucking elephant that pulled the lady out the car.
Like, I'm back, bitch.
Right.
Like,
He's like, you thought it was over?
That shit, the real Jungle Book over that motherfucker.
going on today.
Hey, we say that motherfucking elephant was like, you thought it was over? Remix,
Right.
bitch.
No,
I
them
don't
monkeys,
understand.
them monkeys
They
on
end
some
up there all
gang
the
shit.
time. Like they always, people just end up in the wrong place all the time.
Yeah.
I guess.
No, them
But
monkeys.
see, but the monkeys over there are like they
on
be
some
through
gang
all
shit.
through their city,
Yeah.
like you know what I'm saying. So they everywhere around there.
They like, you know, this our hood. This our hood.
Right.
What you
That's
walking in our hood
And that's
for?
probably what it is. You know what? A lot of humans over there, you know what I'm saying, probably be mistreating their ass. That's
Probably
all it is,
so.
You know what I'm saying? And they probably like, well, fuck it then.
But look,
You
though,
know?
monkeys is assholes. Like for real though, I was watching some videos with some monkeys all this week, and they just be fucking with people and shit like for no reason. Like a monkey will just fuck you up for no reason.
But see, in
shit on
India,
Yeah, they be out cold,
You know
man.
what it is?
I've
They
seen
probably can sense fear. It like you give
Possibly,
off like a
yeah.
hormone, right, or some sort of.
Yeah, they
scent
can
when
sense
you're-
it.
So they probably can sense it, and that's just like
Yeah,
horses.
like I saw
They can-
a video
they can
today.
see
It was two, like it was a tree here and a tree there, and it was a monkey in each one. It was like a big ass bird in the ground. Them motherfuckers just reached down there, grabbed the wing piece, and just ripped them up bird apart for no
Damn.
reason. And shit.
That is
but see, in India, they eat monkeys. You haven't seen that
Well,
shit?
yeah, that's true.
They like
Yeah.
eat the brain of a monkey. So the monkey's like, you ain't eating me,
I
motherfucker.
guess
You
shit.
feel me? So,
Killer be killed. Shit.
right, that's some shit. That's some real shit.
All right, y'all. So now we about to go ahead and tap into facts with Frank. What you got on the table, Frank?
Man, facts. Y'all niggas need Jesus.
Why you ripping that goddamn mic?
Hey, look at it. Look at his hand. He said, hey, look. You need Jesus.
This goes along the lines of what I'm about to say. Fellas, control your emotions.
Yeah.
Period. Control your emotions. It's okay to be hurt. But because you get hurt and a woman breaks up with you doesn't mean you have the right to hit her.
Right.
And definitely doesn't mean you have the right to kill her.
Yeah, you're
This
right.
is bullshit.
Absolutely.
I'm hearing shit about you killed your baby's mama and she was having a baby. Did you hear about that one? 40-year-old dude
I think I
hired
did hear
his
that, yeah.
18-year-old nephew to kill his
I
soon-to-be
did,
baby's
That's
mama.
crazy.
Damn, that's crazy.
My man,
Yeah, he killed the baby first. She was pregnant
see,
with the baby.
see,
Then 2 years later, after he went to prison,
Yeah.
he went back and had his nephew kill her.
and-
Wow.
my man in Harper Woods, you the stabbed your ex-girlfriend. What it is you fellas want to play gangster, but your ego is fragile. So when they start treating you like you treat them, you don't like it.
Right.
You
A
say-
woman has a right to walk away.
Yeah.
You know, and I know what y'all saying. Yeah, he a hoe ass nigga, and I don't give a fuck what you think about me. Period. Because what you think about me, that don't keep me from moving the way I move.
Right.
Sometimes, fellas, the best response is no response.
Yeah. Yeah.
Period.
Absolutely.
Just put a block on they shit and leave them the fuck
Leave 'em the
alone.
fuck alone.
Now you spending the rest of your life in prison.
For nothing. I
And
mean,
let me say this too, ladies, stop antagonizing these men.
yeah. I
Stop
agree with
acting
that,
like,
too.
oh, you ain't gonna do shit because let me tell you something. They putting bitches in body bags. I'm sorry to say that shit.
I agree.
Yeah.
All right? So y'all need Jesus.
Yeah.
If you can't
All
get
day.
your emotions together, then don't get in a relationship.
Yeah, you need Jesus somebody.
I might be pissed right now, but I'm grabbing the mic. Everybody like, you grabbing the shit out that mic like you want to choke somebody.
Yeah.
That ain't the baby mama.
No, see, here's what it is. It's okay. We've all been hurt.
Do it.
We've all played the fool.
Yeah.
Okay? Everybody's like, oh, you in your feelings. It's okay to be in your feelings, but you ain't got to act on that shit.
Right.
You know, grow the fuck up.
Yeah.
You call yourself a gangster, then be a gangster and walk away from that shit. Grow the fuck up.
Yeah.
Period.
Yep.
That's my fact.
All right.
Good fact.
All right, y'all. That was facts with Frank. You know what I'm saying? So
That's the first time I got a clap out of Keys.
Right.
Keys be like, you on bullshit.
So all y'all fake pimping, stop simping, motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying?
Well, they only doing that shit because they're hurt.
Put a little love in
Yeah,
it.
It
You know what I'm
ain't.
saying?
It ain't that much worth
Right.
being hurt in the world.
No, hell no.
You don't know how to
It goes
handle
back
it.
to what he
Yeah.
just said. Control your emotions, and a lot of
Yeah.
people, and let's be real, a lot of black men cannot control their emotions because y'all are taught to hold it in.
Yeah.
Don't cry. Be a man. You're not supposed to cry, and it's actually okay to cry, and it's actually okay to express yourself. Y'all hold a lot of anger in, so a lot of times people snap.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
All right. Okay. All right, y'all. So now y'all know what time it is. We about to go ahead and move into the interview with our special guest. And
Straight out of Cleveland, coming straight from Cleveland.
No, he's straight from here. He just, hey, look, but he just was on the road in Cleveland.
Ain't Cleveland.
On the road.
But look, coming from Detroit, going back to say Cleveland, going back to the campaign trail, going back to helping people get out of prison. You know what I'm saying? That was wrongfully convicted. Coming out of say the icon. You know what I'm saying? We got our special guest in the building today is Dwight Harris.
Yeah.
Y'all. Give it up. Welcome to Straight Shoot'N.
Yes, sir.
Yep. So look, yep. Go ahead, yep. You go ahead and do your thing, all right? Hold on.
Thank you.
Yeah, I put the picture and then I could flick it back over to y'all and play that one little PowerPoint. That's cool. Just play the video. All right. Yeah, she
Nah.
didn't send me no video. Yeah.
All right. Well,
Yeah, I just played I showed the picture and played the
well,
little
we ain't gonna kill the crowd, so
Right, put us
we'll just go ahead and.
Hey, baby.
Yeah, sorry. Yep. Sorry for the technical difficulty, y'all. You know what I'm saying? So once again, coming to Straight Shoot'N podcast, we have political consultant and humanitarian Dwight Harris. What's up, now, Dwight? How you doing, man?
Hey, how you doing, bro?
By the way,
All right.
I'm glad to be here. How you doing? How you
right.
doing?
Welcome to Straight Shoot'N podcast.
Right.
Straight shooting.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
tell us a little bit about yourself. All right.
Well, it's so many things that I do.
Okay.
I'm just gonna relax and
Yeah.
kind of talk about those things.
Okay.
First, I want to just give honors to where I'm from, my roots. Raised by my great grandmother, mother and father incarcerated as a child. Coming up on the west side of Detroit, Ferry Park, 14th. Stumpy Grounds, Dexter, Richmond, Number Streets, Linwood to the east side. All the old pop stores I grew up around. Gas stations was owned by blacks. Black churches on the corner. I remember those things. I remember Big Mama on the corner, Big Mama on the street, the respectability of family and friends. I give honors to those things. I'm 54 years old. I miss those things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My passion is driven because of my past
Okay.
and those things that I experienced as a child, and that I see those things today still occurring. The same things that I suffered for as a child, and many of my friends suffered through the school to prison pipeline. And I see today a lot of our children are suffering and going through that continuous school to prison pipeline. And working in the field of advocacy, activating ideologies and thoughts, influencing thoughts about social change. I've noticed that we have put so much so much of our trust in people that we don't know. When people have been taught to jump through hoops, and only thing they can do is just jump through the hoop.
Yeah.
But to stand on platforms of grassrooting, to see that nobody is really in a quagmire because they all got it figured out. Grassrooting is about not understanding what's going on, but having a vision. In darkness, in a quagmire, when everything is all mixed up and it don't make no sense,
Yeah.
you have to be an advocate to be able to bring sense to a quagmire.
Yeah.
And so when you're working in the grassroots, you're working from nothing because you believe that you could create from nothing, knowing that we came from nothing, and understanding how we got here, and understand that power, and understand that intelligence that we have as blacks. I don't like to just single us out as blacks, but the dictates and the ideology we must accept as a people, that we have power, we have intelligence, and that we are entrepreneurs naturally, and that the world learned from us, and that we just lost our way, and that we taught the history just don't start in America after the World War II, but our history goes way past, but it goes through Europe.
Right.
And all those things that we worship up under other ideologies and guides, that blacks, that we taught the world how to live and how to be civilized, and that we had just lost our way, and that this civilization, today in this society, that we are finding our way.
Yeah.
And one of the best things I believe that happened is that everything failed during COVID to be able to wake all of us up. And if you look across the landscape across this country, young entrepreneurs have risen
Right.
from the COVID ash
Yep.
death. That black people was able to sustain themselves financially, economically during that time. In doing that, we suffer mentally.
Yeah.
And that we are suffering mentally today, especially our at-risk youth that were criminalized before COVID. They are robots, criminal robots now, where they have no feeling of being shot, standing in front of the police and shooting at them. That's not human. That's not humanistic.
Right.
But on the other end of accountability, how do we deal with these youth that I was once?
Right.
So let me ask you this: Can you tell us about some of the groups like the Men to Men and Peer Group, the workshops that you have, the Block Club United, also Icon 10 and Innocence Maintained?
Right. So Icon 10 was an ideology that we had coming from prison. What can men do coming from prison? The ones that took the lead in prison. So it's a group of us that were leaders in prison that they end up letting out after I did 25 years in prison and letting us out, and we came together, and because we were so positive, we had so much effect and we control over the prison system, I just felt that if we did that out here, what control could we have?
Yeah.
And so we created that, and with that, we did a lot of things, and we went off into our own respective organizations with the ideology that we were one. And from that, I went into the prison. The thought that's still pervasive 3-4 years ago when I went into the prison is that we are one. In prison, we are separate religiously and ganglandly. We are separate, and then we all are at odds with the officers in prison. And so Icon 10 was, I can overcome negativity. Everybody's overcoming negativity. And 10, you could get to any number through 10, so it's an infinite number. I really believe through Icon 10 that we, because of what we've been through, we can matriculate that experience into being more civilized, being able to adjust, being able to interwoven ourselves with society where we're not afraid to go out. We want to stick to ourselves. And we got all these false mythologies that we had as children.
Yeah.
And so Men and Men Peer Group is a group that deals strictly with our mentality and our integration and coming home. Not so much about what we did to commit the crime and how we need to be fixed, but how do we get something to eat? How do we live in a household with our girlfriend after spending so much time? Understanding what it is going on out here as opposed to what we think that should be going on in somebody's household. A lot of guys come home and be wolves in the households with these girls that love us. And so, and some of that happened with the girls losing their lives, not realizing that you're dealing with a whole different animal of a person coming from prison. And so coming into this mental health ideology today in society, I believe in Icon 10, the Men and Men Peer Group addresses the integration piece that we were missing in 25, 30, 40, and 50 years that a lot of our young men and women had spent in prison.
So now let me ask you, did you feel a need to do this when you immediately got out of prison, or was something that once you got out, you saw a need for it?
And that's an interesting question, bro. Nobody have ever asked me that. I started in 1990, caught it assault in standards maximum security, and I almost killed the guy. Ran in cell, stabbed him 16 times. And so when I went to the hole, I had a conversation with this guy. We speak through the vents. And so I was facing a life bid again, you know, in prison. I was already doing 20 to 40. One of the things he said was, why you have to take something from a person? You can get it all the time. So that was something that always stuck with me, because what people always said, that why you like this, but we know you like this, you could be this way. So I was just this animal type of young guy coming from Zone 8, you know, going into prison and just still being that person, realizing that I was traumatically affected. So what happened is I started this discipline. I just didn't want to be that way no more. So I didn't cuss no more. I quit eating meat. I quit cussing for like 11 years. I quit eating meat. I worked out every day. I never had an off day. And so all these disciplines that I applied to myself matriculated into me being the person, and all those studies that I did and spending years in prison just made me just become. I never changed on purpose. I changed because I matured.
Yeah.
A lot of people who go to prison, they automatically change as soon as they hit the county jail. That's not a change to me. You just was scared. You just scared, so you were traumatized and shaken to want to be better, as opposed to running your course and getting it out of you. Most guys that went, as soon as they hit the county, they ran to the chaplain and grabbed the Bible and held on to it for 20 or 30 years. To me, I'm not saying the Bible don't change, but to me, you have to go through. If you kill somebody yesterday and grab the Bible the next day and don't kill nobody, that don't mean you dealt with it because you just read the Bible for 30 years and didn't get in no trouble in prison. So I ran my course. When I went to prison, I still did what I did when I was out there, and they hit me upside the head 2-3 times, spent 3-4 years in segregation to learn how to read, though. I learned how to read in segregation because there was nothing else to do. I couldn't watch TV that long. There's no way you can watch TV 3 years in the hole. I don't care how many programs you like and what you like, you can't. So you got to end up doing something else. So I wanted to learn how to read because I didn't understand what they were saying on the TV. So that was kind of.
So what I was going to say was, what I thought was interesting that you brought up was, we just had kind of a brief conversation in one of our meetings. And one of the topics I wanted to cover was masculinity versus aggression or narcissism or controlling, because those things I think are very important for why these women do not have their lives anymore. Because as a woman, we have to be assertive enough to understand, number one, everybody can't have your attention. It's just a part of being a woman, especially like, you know, it's all right too. I don't owe you anything, just like you don't owe me anything. It should be a mutual understanding. But understand this: a lot of times women see masculine energy as, oh, he don't want me to go out because he want me to just spend time with him. It's not like that, girl. And then later on, it just progresses and elevates into something deeper than him just not wanting you to go to the club. No, now you can't even go nowhere without it becoming an argument or escalating. Or when you share your feelings, it becomes a whole argument. When you're sharing versus attacking, and that person reacts out of way of defensiveness, like, you have to start to evaluate what's the accountability level in it, and then what's the level of understanding the difference between controlling and masculine energy.
What I've learned in being in prison and coming home, the contrast, men out here want to be strong and masculine when it's not even necessary.
Absolutely.
I learned from a whole different way of living. My lane was, you don't act masculine, you are masculine. Meaning that when something happens, you respond. So our masculinity among men with no women, because in prison there's no women, it's just all men. There's no charade, there's no faking with who you are. You want to know what happens? Because since we talking about it, the masculinity goes away. And a lot of those guys become the total opposite of masculine. True story. And so saving men, since you talking about it, like the masculinity to me is not masculine. What I see when coming from prison, it's not masculine. I know masculine men was strong, powerful men out here, but when they hit the gates,
they completely
it was a
different.
whole, not everybody.
But
So when women look at masculinity, the way I look at women is different from the men has spent their whole life out here. I look at it that what you look at is a total illusion, and what you are looking for in the men is not there. My example was when I came home to find me a girlfriend, one of the things I realized is that I wasn't gonna find a virgin. Because I was too old. So whoever I met was somebody that somebody else was with before. Right? And so when it comes to masculinity, what I learned in 10 years later, that it don't have nothing to do with the relationship. It only has something to do with you. If you want to be masculine, it's something you trying to prove to yourself. So you need some self-time as opposed to some together time. Because you trying to be masculine to the wrong person.
Preach on it. Preach on it.
So masculinity is really a self thing that we make a social thing to try to prove a point. But real men don't have to prove no point.
That's 100.
We don't have to prove, but y'all do make it where we have to prove a point. Because y'all like that, though. I mean, the women like the shuffling, the guys that shuffle. He gets the attention, and then what's crazy is the women now don't need nothing from him, but she like him to shuffle around, though. But to have the idea to be able to be at one and to align with the woman, no, masculinity can't have nothing to do with the relationship. That's something between you and you. You and you.
And that's where they start tuning into more of their ego. And like Frank was saying earlier, you know, it's you got to know when to walk away, because that's a part of being a man too. You shouldn't be arguing with women all the time, because sometimes like less is more. No response at all.
Let me say this. I know a lot of people. Most of my partners are women. They sharks when it comes to business. I can't sit down with too many guys and get at it. I'm sitting at the table with I know a whole bunch of women that's about business though. When I sit down at the table, it don't be plain though. This the difference, right? I'm talking about masculinity. All that got to go out the window when you sit at the table, because I want this to be inclusive. So when I talk to men, black men, I'm so straight shooting with people that a lot of people just get away because it takes away from what they trying to be. So if you play down the thing is, as men, we have to be more intimate with each other. Not no gay way,
No, I get exactly.
but
Yes.
the tie we don't have like our sisters. For instance, so we talking about masculinity. On this campaign with Sherry Gay and Yogo, all women,
Yeah.
but a couple dudes that want all the benefit when she win though.
Yeah. Yeah.
No men had the time. But women took time out of their household knowing they had men though to put into the community because we believe that she the voice for us dealing with somebody like Trump. No, we ain't saying nobody else can do it, but dealing with what we dealing with.
Right.
So I'm just saying the masculinity, if the man would put the masculinity and the pride away, she would have more support. Not just her, all the women that ran the campaigns that I see in Detroit metropolitan area, only a few black men supported them.
Yeah. So let me ask you, since you speaking about say your political campaign and stuff with the candidate or whatever, can you go into like say maybe like the beginning stage or when you started getting with her and stuff like that, and just break down how you have progressed, since you got on the campaign train,
I could do
campaign.
that. Straight shoot. Politics is bullshit. Okay. So I say that on the other part with Tashana, with speaking politics with Tashana Gill, I do that with her too.
Right.
So I'm not a politician. I'm a man.
Right.
I don't like the adjectives that they put on us.
Yeah.
Activists. I don't like none of the adjectives because time changed every second.
Yeah.
Time never was. Meaning that what we're doing now, a second from now, we're gonna be doing something else.
Yep.
So I don't have time. But what we're doing is I end up in politics because of my ideologies. So when you understand and you do your studies, you understand that you have to align the ideology with legislation, municipality rules, procedures, and all those things that affect you as a people. But in order to do that, you have to deal in the politics.
Yeah.
Meaning you have to understand the jargon and all those things that spoke about those issues in all aspects of where you live.
Yeah.
So we got other people speaking for us. What's inclusive is that we can have this conversation right now among us and be effective tomorrow with what we do about it. So the thing was for the younger generation, like the millennials, y'all don't want to hear shit about politics because we never seen the effects of politics because we haven't had a person, a sister like us to run it. They just go to school and come back and they say they do it. We support it because the words sound good. We need a grassroots person to go to Washington to deal with what's going on right now. Now, we're not saying that we are part of what's going on. We're saying it's about us. LGBTQ community is inclusively diverse and mobilizing the most powerful mobilization entity when it comes to politics in the country. You can't, your name is his, him, he. It's letting you know you must identify because of the way we treated them for so long. We have been excluded from everything. But when we rise up, we always grab onto the same thing that kept us down, though.
Yeah.
You don't need that. We just need each other. We just need a conglomerate of ideologies that we have here to make it erect.
Yeah.
Diversity, we got to be careful of diversity because we don't like each other. We can be diverse, we can sit at the table, but we don't like each other because the way we fixed our hair or how big a person, we have a strange way of dealing with each other that don't have nothing to do with really dealing with each other.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
My question would be though, in order to do these things, to make these changes, what do you feel like we have to do as a community?
So I just believe in hubbing. We need business associations. So what I see is the cosmetics in our neighborhood. I believe they say infrastructure. Yeah, it's been old bridges and stuff and roads. Yeah, we need to fix those things. But what I want to fix is the way it look when we drive down the street. Meaning the paint on the buildings and the way that the trimmings in the grass and the dirt and that we have nice sidewalks. What that does is it change the way your ideology about your neighborhood. Yeah. So we invest and we'll say, yeah, I support that. I believe that when we talk to people, but that money don't have nothing to do with really changing the way we think. Mm-hmm. I just want my kids to look at it like it look good, even though it's not. Just look, when we go down Puritan, that it look like we in Bloomfield somewhere. Right. Mm-hmm. And then we could deal with the rest inside the house. But if we could deal with make sure the parks, that's free. The playscapes are free. All you got to do is go and say, I will foster this playground here, and they'll fix a playscape for free. Yeah. So it's just what we do individually. And when you see somebody doing what you do, acknowledge it as opposed to saying, what the hell they doing?
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
What they doing around the corner? They trying to do the same shit I'm doing? Yeah. Don't feel like that. Mm-hmm. And so wealth starts with what you do with one another. Yeah. Like, you ain't gonna never be wealthy by yourself. Yeah. And study people that came up and became wealthy. Study and read up on them. Understand what they do. And don't get caught up on capitalism. Mm. It don't take that much to live, to be healthy. Just eat right, think right, exercise. It don't cost a lot to live. You can work more. We just work. We work for Gucci bags, Louis. We work for all the things that destroy us. Yeah. And we spend our energy there. But if we ain't working for that, then we got more energy to do other things. Yeah. Yeah. We just put our energy in the wrong place. Yeah. Right. You know what I mean?
So let me ask you this, just to transition to the next topic I want to make sure we get in is, I know you're well diverse in the medical marijuana industry as far as the cannabis, like you said, when you spoke about coming from Cleveland. Yeah. Why don't you dive into a little bit about that process, about the Curry brand?
So I'm an executive to Johnny Curry's, the brand and him. Okay. That's my bro. That's my heart. So that whole thing is just about being able to, we're overcoming a double standard in America where from the Prohibition era to cannabis era, where people went to jail for liquor, people established their lives and families too off the liquor in the Prohibition era. Yeah. Today we see their names all through Washington and stuff, all the way into locking people up for marijuana, all the way to making it legal and letting people out. Still got people in there for it. Yep. So my thing is, all these years we have been doing the right thing. We were criminalized for something that we were doing. We was before their time. Right. So my thing is that now, because it's so equitable, it's so marketable, it does so much. The revenue that it drew in Michigan, they couldn't believe the money that it drew. But the money came from our community. Yeah. It's coming from our kids. It's coming from their allowances and all that stuff, that money. So what I believe is that because of prescription drugs and our elders cannot afford them, and the quality of living and the clean air packages that Sergey Nayego, she's standing on, believing in solar energy and to be able to save our life, to be able to live longer, I believe that cannabis can be applied medically to people who have PSD, all the medical, mental disabilities. Right. Those cannabis, whether it's the oils, the hemp, or whatever, it can be applied to help them, to help save money, to live their life socially and equitably. Yeah. I believe Dr. Williams is the doctor of the Cleveland School of Cannabis. And her education, her expertise with the Curry brands is something that we're doing, that we're bringing to Michigan to be able to educate people about the clinical use of marijuana from a doctor.
Okay. All right.
It's different.
Yeah.
It's different. I just believe, like, if you're going to legalize it, then I ain't interested. The rec is okay, but some people in our community need medical use.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I believe that some people can smoke a blunt once they work after 3 hours, that they'll work all day.
Yeah.
If they,
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, the equity and the power and the influence of the marijuana and what it do, it could have people work all day. They could be
Be a little
productive
bit, yeah, I about to say be a little bit more productive. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
medically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, because it's an ancient use.
Yeah.
It's not nothing new. And then the hemp is not exotic. It's not the flower. And so that was another thing, understanding the hemp, understanding what the hemp do.
Yeah.
All the CBD oils and all those things.
Yeah.
And how it cure. What the hemp did. We use hemp back in Africa
Yeah.
to make ropes. They make hemp to make wood. So
Yeah.
it's not just the weed, but the cannabis. We can make the hemp and make money because they lacking in wood. They don't have wood supply.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's just a lot of things we can do, investment, just equity beneficial for our community.
So, man, we appreciate you coming on here
Yeah, definitely.
and
You know what I'm
schooling
saying?
us on a lot of stuff you was telling us.
Definitely gonna have to have you
and
come
getting
back.
our
You know what I'm
audience
saying?
and stuff. We want you to hang out a little bit, though,
Okay, all right.
so you can comment on the main topic. And before we get into the main topic, you can give us a call at 313-266-2811. You got any questions for any of us? You got any questions for Dwight Harris? Make sure y'all give us a call, 313-266-2811.
All right, and also, you go ahead and plug yourself in as far as all your socials on how people can reach you. You know what I'm saying? On as far as your brands, your campaign, and so forth, the icon, and
Yeah.
everything that you got going on.
So you can reach me at icon10.org. That's my website. Subscribe. Facebook, Dwight Harris. Instagram, Dwight Harris. Instagram, the Dwight Harris Story. Instagram, Dwight Global Vision. Facebook, Innocent Integrity Bureau for wrongful convictions. And Block Club United on Facebook. And Brothers for Sherry. Anybody that supports Sherry, I believe we're going to win this campaign. And vote for Sherry Gator Yogo if you're 13th Congressional
what's up.
District.
All right, all right.
That's what's up.
All right. Put that shit up, y'all. Yeah. Go ahead, hit it. Yeah. Hit it. There you go. All right, y'all.
So we about to get into our main topic, and the title of our topic is Tighten the Wallets. So what we're going to be touching on is inflation and how it's affecting everyday life now. Everything that it's doing to our communities and everything. Basically, I guess starting off with everything is going up now.
I
So
would definitely say
like it's every single thing, almost to the point where is people are going bankrupt and the funny thing about it is you don't even hear the story of people going through these situations.
Yeah.
But it's a lot happening,
people,
a lot
yeah.
more than what people think, and it's because of inflation.
Yeah.
The cost of living, you're trying to eliminate the middle class, period.
Yeah.
And it's either poor or rich, and so a lot of things now is out of the reach of normal people to where it was before,
Yeah.
and I
So-
think it's planned.
People not spending.
Right?
People not spending.
Yeah.
And so people not spending, that's what making it, the inflations go up because now they feeling like they will get no more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And so it's a crisis. I believe the crisis after COVID is affecting the spending power too, because a lot of people really don't want to work for money.
Yeah.
Even though
I know.
people is clenching their wallet and the outside sources is squeezing us too, there's people that really don't even want no money.
Yeah.
Yep.
So let me ask everybody this real quick. You know, since say the pandemic, what have you found that you can pretty much no longer have to pay for? Like, you know, for example, for me, I'll go first and say, you know, I was a big supporter of going to like the theater. You know what I'm saying? Movies. Like I would go to the show sometime once, twice a week. You know what I'm saying? Just I love going to the movie theater and stuff like that. First time I went to the actual movie theater, besides say the movie premieres and stuff that we done been to or whatever, is 2 weeks ago, and it's like, you know, I look at the price on stuff. You know, it was like $40 for like, and this like matinee, like 40. It was like $40 something for like a matinee, and then some food and stuff like that. And I'm like, it wasn't worth it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, I'm cool with just watching whatever I watch at home now. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like, to be honest with you, that's one thing that I really, you know, I'll probably miss it here and there or whatever, but I don't have to come out my pocket for it no more or whatever.
Yeah.
So what are some of the things that, you know?
I'll go next.
Okay.
Like for me, it's interesting. So I want to throw this out there because it's true, but the beauty industry never suffers.
Yeah.
Like 2008 didn't suffer. It actually increased. And I'm sure it's the same statistics, you know, the last 2-3 years. And for me, I wasn't getting my lashes done at home. Nobody was coming over and servicing me. And so you had to really start being self-sufficient as far as like as a woman, you know. So for me, I don't even get my nails done anymore. They're just straight natural. They're super healthy. And even then I kind of cut back on, you know, getting pedicures. My feet are really soft. So at the end of the day, like, I'm just appreciative, I guess, for the skin I already have naturally. But then also, too, like, it's just certain things. Like, moisturize your body, drink water. And, like, you know, when you're doing the basics and you're covering those things, you can have healthy nails. You can have, you know, better skin. And, you know, it just goes back to how you're treating your body. Because when I was in quarantine, I was cooking everything. Yeah. So everything was either cooked with olive oil or everything was cooked with vegan butter.
Yeah.
So with that being said, I was literally my healthiest, and I was already climbing towards that goal, because in high school I used to eat bad. I used to eat a lot of fast food, and then after that I had to have like medical things to start changing my thought process. And it was honestly, it was the best thing that ever happened to me. So no, I'm not on a diet, but you know, a couple things is like, you know, how you cook and how you maintenance your body, and I've been able to keep a pretty good budget. So.
Okay. What about you, Keys?
So for me, I decided to really, really practice and perfect makeup for myself.
Okay.
Because I was spending a lot of money when every time I would go to events, I would love to go get my makeup professionally done. And because it's so expensive, it's like I'm not paying $150 to have a evening of maybe 6 hours of makeup on. I'm just not doing it. At one point, you know, I was doing it. I wasn't spending $150, but you know, I think the most I would spend was $70. But once it got to $150, I'm not doing this. So I just started really perfecting my gift that I really already had. I just wasn't doing it because I was lazy, but I always had a gift to do makeup. So I really, really started perfecting it at this point. Every day I was in the mirror learning how to do what I'm paying you or what you want $150 for. I can do it myself and do a better job.
And do it on time.
You know what I'm saying?
You're right.
But one thing that I definitely, too, want to say this is the inflation as far as rent is concerned and the housing market is absolutely ridiculous. It should be a crime on what they are charging for these houses. You got houses that's in the city of Detroit in some of the worst areas that was maybe $950, $850 last year, and they got the audacity to be asking for $1,600. Ain't put a lick of money in the goddamn house. Yeah. But they are literally charging what used to be a $900 house $1,500 to $1,600.
Yeah.
And I just want to say, inflation my ass. Y'all getting over. And that's just all too.
Yeah.
And it's not even just that. What's going to happen is because we even dealing with people that's on Section 8. And in Wayne County, your Section 8 voucher, I believe, is only like $1,200.
Yeah.
Okay? So if you charging $1,600 for a house and you saying we take Section 8, you automatically disqualified for it because you have to fit into that voucher. Right. So what they're doing is they're completely getting over. They're making it to where people are just losing everything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then a lot of people are about to be homeless because they literally can't afford to live at these houses.
You're right.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I agree with what she's saying. In real talk, even $15 an hour ain't gonna do it.
It's
Hell
not.
no,
It's
15
not.
hours.
Everything is
Because
going
You'll
up.
be working and
Right.
be in the hole. Shit.
If you look at how government works, like back in the 90s, the same shit was going on. Remember how houses went up and they was asking for $150,000 for a raggedy house on the east side.
Yep.
This was bound to happen because what people don't realize is Trump added $14 trillion to the deficit. Okay, when Trump took office, we had a healthy economy. It trickles down. Okay, I made money, but that's because Obama fixed the shit. Now it's like, okay, how they gonna cover this deficit? And once COVID hit, how we gonna get our money? So one person, now we could charge this for rent. Now we could charge this for rent. Where's everybody gonna stay?
Yeah.
Well, it also has
You know
a
what
lot
I'm
to
saying?
do with
It was a
why the-
shortage,
why the
too.
Landlords went up on the rent is when that shit COVID hit. A lot of people took advantage and did not pay for the whole 2 or almost 3 years, and it fucked a lot of the landlords up as far as being able to keep up on their property or even being able to keep up on their mortgage because they weren't getting their funds.
Yeah.
So that messed it up too, and I understand that. Like I understand why a landlord would be frustrated all those those years he had to wait on his rent, but at the same time, going up on the cost of rent the way they're going up on the cost is going to cause the recession to hit.
It's gonna hit regardless.
I mean, it's going to hit
And
regardless.
But based off what you're saying, I agree that. And there's also a lot of landlords and stuff going up too because the interest rates went up. So if you got a house or property and you got a mortgage on it and you rent it out, they didn't tax you, they didn't hit you, so now you gotta unfortunately passing the buck on. So,
but some of the, I'm gonna have to disagree.
Yeah, some of that shit.
no,
is just,
I'm not
You
saying
have a lot
I'm not
of-
saying that's
I'm
all.
gonna just be real. You got a lot of Arabics who bought them houses right out, cash money. Ain't got no mortgage,
No, I'm not saying that.
they
I'm not.
slapping
Yeah, I'm not saying
$600
all of them.
shit
It
they
is.
don't even have
It
a
is some
mortgage.
motherfuckers on some shady shit.
I see a lot
and
of
I
that.
agree with that. But as a whole, if you look at everything, it's gonna cause a recession. Even the food costs and all that. And it go back to another thing me and you were talking about earlier. Shit that's happening today, not broadcasting on these news networks. The government is paying farmers to destroy their crops. So of course it's gonna be a food shortage. So now when you got a shortage, the cost on everything is going up. So it's purposely done. And what you just said, Frank, I'm calling you Fred, my bad, about, Trump slapping on that deficit, that do play a part in it because now you got to pay it back. But Biden adding on to that shit. He ain't knocking it down. He adding on to it. So now by sending all this money over to Ukraine and everything like that. So it's all, like, if you really think about it, the government and the United States go through a cycle every so many years. You have a recession. Everybody will be fucked. Then here comes something magically to fix it. We out of it. You'll go through a year or two where everything good, and then bam, the next president come in or the one after him, and it comes right back through the same cycle we just went through.
That shit
and
is
it's
called
all
the
designed.
Hegelian dialect.
But
where-
see,
where
look
they
how
create the motherfucking problem. They you look for the reaction and then sell you back the motherfucking solution.
But notice what they did. See, here's the pressure with Ukraine. If me as a president, if I don't send money over there, right, then I'm not getting reelected because I look like I don't give a fuck about other countries. But all of a sudden, inflation hits, ain't nobody says shit about Ukraine. And they still at war. So now I ain't got to send them a penny.
Yep.
And right now, Exxon is making record profits.
Yep.
Yeah.
Shit, look at Kroger's. I went and bought fucking 8 items. It was $124.
That's crazy.
I'm like, what is everything? $9.99 in this bitch? I ain't got nothing.
Yeah.
So it's like they're gonna take advantage while they can take advantage, basically.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
All right.
what's also important though too. So a lot of things that we should have learned during COVID is that we grow our own food, and even if you only know how to grow something as simple as tomatoes.
Yeah.
If everybody in the neighborhood is growing food, we can trade crops.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's a must because besides the fact that food is expensive as hell, a lot of our food is being poisoned.
Yeah.
Anyway. So either you gonna pay a lot of money for your food, or you gonna die from the food that you eating because you eating bullshit anyway.
Exactly.
It is really, really necessary in our community that we learn how to grow our own food.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
And it's hitting the whole thing. COVID, I think, was designed to doggone put us in poverty too.
Yeah.
If everything it was planned out to get to this point to where it is now, and worse, because these businesses, COVID caused so many businesses to close and lose money. So now you got to try to make it back. So now, but then you got employees now, people don't want to work.
Yeah.
So you got that problem, and then on top of that, the ones who are working, they got to do extra. They want their money. Like, well, I'm doing this work, pay me more.
But you know what though? I would say like this though. Some of the people that probably don't want to work and shit is traumatized behind all this shit. You know what I'm saying? So you damn near can't blame people.
But, I'm not
in a
blaming
way
them,
because they like, well, shit, I'm scared as fuck to go to work because I don't want to get sick. Like, you know what I'm saying? So like I said, once again, they created a fucking problem. You know what I'm saying? And then and shit, you know what I'm saying? They looking for the reaction. The reaction and shit has not been good. You know what I'm saying? Or it didn't go
No, but they
well
projected
to
that. They know the statistics of doing things like that.
Well, I mean, they actually have like a meeting every year and shit at the World Economic Forum. You know what I'm saying? So they actually are already like part of not just say predicting, but they actually have a hand into directing the shit the way they want to see, say, the world or society to go. So.
But think about it. They fucked themselves because look, wages haven't gone up in 15 years.
Yeah. Right.
So what they thought they was going to do is we'll take the older workforce and push them out because we got to pay them because they got experience. We'll take the younger workforce and put them in and pay them less because they have no experience. But the millennials is like, fuck y'all. We learn how to hustle. We gonna do our own shit. We don't need this little $8 an hour. Y'all can kiss my ass now.
So what they did was traumatize them during COVID, and they got all the PPP loan money and unemployment money. They had $10,000, $20,000 in their pocket. They ain't gonna never see it again. So they don't want to work. They don't want to do. They don't want to go back to school. They want that 20 that they had before.
So look, have y'all since say the pandemic or whatever, I know a few of us been like traveling and stuff like that. Have y'all traveling experience, changed? You know what I'm saying?
Mine actually increased.
Okay.
During COVID, I traveled the most in my entire life. I was
okay.
all
He said, "Oh shit, he traveled on." Okay.
I did too. Actually,
I was in Europe. I was in Dubai.
I did too.
I was in Colombia. I was in Jamaica. I went every fucking.
Yeah, because people didn't got tired of sitting in the fucking house.
It wasn't even that. I took advantage of the cheap ass tickets.
Oh, well, that too. Yeah.
And then when you get other places, the way they do it, like Florida didn't care. They wouldn't wear no mask or nothing. But you'll go over here, they restrict on everything.
Over in Dominican Republic, I went when COVID first hit. I went to the DR to relax, and nobody had no mask on. Nobody was like, I was like, so y'all don't have no deaths? And they was like, no.
Yep.
Like, what you see on the news is some lies.
So that sounds like a lot of propaganda then. You know what I'm saying? Okay.
So, man, we coming to a close on the show. We want to thank our guest, the White Hairs, for coming by.
Y'all make sure y'all tap into all his socials. You know what I'm saying? He got a lot going on. You definitely want to go ahead and support.
The Facebook.
A lot of
I'm on Facebook.
Yeah, make
he's
sure
really
y'all
on
check him
Facebook.
out.
Yeah, he's really on Facebook. But
all our people who tuned in on YouTube, Facebook. You can catch the show on.
We gotta come to the conclusion of all these
things
that are going on. So So we have of course our segment with Life with Lena.
Our bank consultant.
Dre forgot about me today. It's cool. Don't worry about me.
We see his light skin on light skin crime.
I was just trying to stick to the time. My bad. Go ahead.
Oh yeah.
So we're gonna make it quick. A couple things that I want to leave you guys with because of inflation. Things are high right now. I work in the financial industry, which is huge right now. I tell people all the time, and I cannot stress this enough. Write down your bills.
Yeah.
Period. I don't care if you said I got them saved in my phone, they on auto pay. I don't want to hear it. I don't. So just like anything in life, you set a goal, you write it down, you're 3 times more likely to succeed that goal, right? So it's the same thing with your bills. And we're talking about these should be small goals, but nowadays it could be big goals.
Yeah.
You might not know when the next time you're going to have enough money to pay rent, your mortgage, whatever.
Right.
I cannot stress to you enough knowing the dates when your bills come out, when your pay periods fall, and understanding how much you got coming in versus how much you got going out.
Yeah.
Because there's so many people out here, they're still surviving because they've been created budget. They have generational wealth because those things were traded and passed down, even on a basic level as far as budgeting. Cannot stress that enough. Auto pay is cool, but writing down your bills and checking them off as soon as they're paid, pay them early. You got the money, and you realize you got a couple extras left over, pay it early, because I guarantee you that extra money you thought you had is going to come, like, it's just going to make more sense that you did it first that way.
Yeah.
Second thing is, if you have credit cards, and yes, I said credit cards, 2 things about credit cards. Let's say somebody steals your credit card information from online services or things that you purchased. Guess what? More than likely, you're going to get your money back because it was never your money. It was their money.
Yep.
They want their money back.
Mm-hmm.
Stop using your debit card. Start using your credit card, especially if there's rewards. That's the second part to it. To defer interest, pay it within the statement cycle. I don't care how much interest you pay on a credit card. You spend that $100, that $100 better be in your checking account.
Yeah.
Do not spend what you do not have in liquid. So when I'm saying use your credit card, I'm saying pay bills. You got to pay your phone bill, right? You got to pay your car insurance. These are mandatory things you can earn points on. Take those points and add it to your balance so then it will offset what you owe on your credit card. You want to target credit cards that have no annual fees. Why that's important is you need to outweigh how much am I spending in the annual fee to have flight rewards or to have just certain incentives on this card. Am I going to overspend what I'm paying? Because if the answer is no, that card is not for you. So that goes out to all my people that have American Express Delta cards. Yeah, they fancy. They're made out of metal. But at the end of the day, guess what? If you're not getting your worth out of it, don't have it.
Yep. So that concludes our show. We want to thank everybody who tuned in. Check us out.
Thank y'all. We appreciate y'all.
Next week we will have Chef Sherry Shobi in the building. Make sure y'all tune in and check it out. We appreciate everybody listening, and we
are out. Straight shooting, y'all. Peace.
You know what time it is? You know what time it is? You know what time it's time for Straight Shoot. Hey, look, the clip full and we shooting it straight. Everybody tuned in, can't wait to 8. Break fast, this podcast is one for the books. If you think the verse clean, watch out for the hook. Freeze, I heard Keys gon' spark that tip. With Lean and Frank G, you know they talk that shit. John Q and Drake know exactly what to say. The code is backcourt since Steph and Clay. Straight shooting. Subscribe, like, and share. We on every platform. I promise we everywhere. Straight shooting. We straight shooting. We straight shooting. We straight shooting.